stop after getting a notification that a car police were trying to find was in the area. During the
So this is the same person who shot up the church. That is crazy.
interaction, state police tell us the suspect shot the trooper. We're told the trooper is in the hospital but stable. After the shooting, KSP added that the suspect then carjacked a woman before heading to the church. Now,
the last thing we're going to get into today, the Kentucky shootings. So Lexington, Kentucky, there was a shooting happening. Going to get into that. It's a crazy world we live in. But I say this all the time, we got to keep living it. Try to do right by ourselves. Pray for others who are doing terrible, who are victims of terrible things. And hopefully let the police catch these terrible people. And some people deserve to be in jail forever. It's just simple as that. Some people deserve to be in jail forever. But let's jump right over into that and finish up this day, finish up this live stream. Let's jump into this.
Good evening. I'm Larry Smith. Thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock. 2 people are dead and 2 others are injured following a shooting at a church on Old Richmond Road. It's just one of 2 large crime scenes police responded to late this morning and early.
I don't understand. What happened to churches being a protective place? Why are you shooting up churches? Well, the devil is strong in some of these people. The devil is strong.
This afternoon, police say the same shooter, who was later killed by police, is responsible for both crimes. And we're joined now by LEX 18's Kaylee Randall, who is at the church off Old Richmond Road, and she begins our breaking news team coverage. Kaylee, what can you
Yes, Larry, we're here on scene of a shooting investigation in Lexington that has killed 2 people and injured 2 others here on Old Richmond Road. You can see behind me there is still heavy police presence. We've been watching investigators go in and out of that church for more than 5 hours now. Coroner is still on the scene. It all started this morning on Terminal Drive near the Bluegrass Airport when a state trooper was shot and ended here at Richmond Road Baptist Church. Police say the gunman opened fire at the church, killing 2 women, 72-year-old Beverly Gum and 32-year-old Christina Combs, and injuring 2 men. Police tracked down the suspect and returned fire, killing the shooter. The church where the shooting happened is very close to the Boondocks restaurant, and I spoke with the general manager there about the steps he took to keep his people safe.
At first, we had told all of our staff to don't come near the area, stay home. We'll give you some guidelines as to what to do whenever the shift change happens and if we can reopen. As of now, the police have given us the clear to resume business.
LEX 18 witnessed a separate man drive onto the scene with a gun, and police were able to disarm him. We watched police place him into custody. Now, Lexington Police and KSP Critical Response Team are still here on the scene as they continue to investigate, and we're going to make sure to update you guys with more information as we get it. In Lexington, Kaylee Randall, LEX 18 News. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, Kaylee. Well, according to Kentucky State Police, this crime spree, as Kaylee mentioned, began near Lexington's Bluegrass Airport when a trooper was shot while making a traffic stop. LEX 18's AJ Patel is there now with more on how things played out.
Larry, Terminal Drive, the main road that travelers use to get in and out of the airport, was temporarily sectioned off earlier today as local and state agencies are investigating a situation that left a state trooper shot and with injuries. Now, according to Kentucky State Police, the trooper was making a traffic stop after getting a notification that a car police were trying to find was in the area.
So this is the same person who shot up the church. That is crazy.
Interaction, state police tell us the suspect shot the trooper. We're told the trooper is in the hospital but stable. After the shooting, KSP added that the suspect then carjacked a woman before heading to the church. Now, as far as airport operations go, the Bluegrass Airport says for around 30 minutes, no drivers were allowed to come onto the property. The TSA checkpoint was also shut down, a decision that they say takes coordination from multiple organizations.
When a passenger visits Bluegrass Airport, not only are they, relying on Bluegrass Airport employees, they're relying on TSA employees and airline employees. Those are all the same partners that kind of have to work together to make adjustments and kind of ebb and flow and react to situations similar to this.
Lauren Zimmerman tells me that they were able to open up airport operations again once they figured out the suspect was off the property and not a threat to passengers anymore. Larry, that's
this is crazy. So he shot a police officer at the airport, then went to the church to kill 2 women and injure 2 other men. Something in people's souls nowadays, I swear. Something in their souls is just not right. I don't know if people always say mental health. That could be a factor, yes. Mental health is a very real problem. But some people just need to be in jail. Need to be in jail.
all the information we have from the Bluegrass Airport for now. Let's send it back to you in studio with more.
Okay, AJ Patel there at Bluegrass Airport. Well, police have not released the name of the shooter. However, LAX 18 has obtained that information through multiple law enforcement sources. And what we learned about the suspect is that he is no stranger to police. LAX 18's Lee Searcy here now with the new details. Lee.
Well, Larry, law enforcement sources tell me his name is Guy House. And he has a long criminal history that includes robbery, theft, and other very serious offenses. And over the years, records indicate in some of those cases, House would continually violate the terms of his release or probation, go back to jail, and then be released again. In fact, we learned that he was...
I mean, I guess the courts can only keep him in jail for so long, but if someone is continuously breaking the terms of the agreement for their release, constantly getting back arrested, at some point they should just be kept. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's too radical. Maybe that's too crazy. But it's the world's crazy.
Supposed to be in court tomorrow in Fayette District Court for violating an emergency protective order against a woman. A complaint we saw was filed July 5th, so just a little over a week ago. Now, at this point, we do not know if that domestic violence case has anything to do with today's shooting. Now, Guy House is not only familiar with police, we have actually covered him in the past. Back in 2022, Lexington police charged House after a 5-hour manhunt. He was wanted on several warrants and spotted at the Ramada Inn North on Broadway. As police tried to make contact with him, he took off and ran into a wooded area of I-75 with a firearm. Now, House eventually surrendered to police in that 2022 incident. Now, court records also...
See, I'm convinced that some people just do not like to be part of the civilized community. Some people just don't like to be free. Some people, I don't understand it.
Showed that despite his past record of various probation violations over the years, Fayette Circuit Judge Julie Goodman released him from probation this past January after House met all the terms and conditions set by the court in a 2023 theft by unlawful taking case. We'll continue to look into his background. Back to you, Larry.
Lee, great work there. Thanks so much for the information. We appreciate it. Attorney General Russell Coleman releasing a statement after the shootings. He says, quote, "Today, violence invaded the Lord's house. The attack on law enforcement and people of faith in Lexington shocked the entire Commonwealth. We go to houses of worship to gather in fellowship, unite in faith, and reach toward our Creator. In light of this tragedy, we turn to God with our prayers for the injured troopers and the victims' families. The detectives with the Attorney General's Department of Criminal Investigations stand ready to support both agencies with whatever they need in the days ahead."
Attacking a church is just insane to me. Crazy.
End quote. Governor Andy Beshear posting to X, shedding some light on the situation. He says, quote, "Kentucky, We are aware of a series of incidents in Lexington around one suspect, including a trooper-involved shooting and an additional shooting at Richmond Road Baptist Church with multiple injuries. The trooper and others are being treated at a nearby hospital. Please pray for everyone affected by these senseless acts of violence, and let's give thanks for the swift response by the Lexington Police Department. End quote. Congressman Andy Barr also posting his condolences on Facebook, saying, quote, praying for the Kentucky State Trooper injured today and all parishioners injured at Richmond Road Baptist Church. I'm monitoring this situation very closely, and I'm grateful for the state police and first responders involved in responding. End quote. There is still so much.
Now that is, well, I say this all the time. That is crazy. It might just be my word to say that is absolutely crazy. Now, that is it for today's show. Let me know what y'all thought. There's so much drama and hatred and crime going on all over the world. But leave me your thoughts on any of the things we talked about today. If you disagree with any of the things I said, please talk about it. I always want to have a civilized discussion with everyone. That is the main goal for any kind of topic that we're talking about, is to have a civilized discussion. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.